You're tuned in to Ask the Master Auto Technician. Car questions? Get answers right now. Call 850-763-0555.
James Auto Center, we fix it right, guaranteed. Beep, 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 yeah.
All right, hey, this is James Morris. I'm here with Mr. Al Lawson. He's running against Steve Sutherland, and it's going to be for the 2nd Congressional District of Northwest Florida. Mr. Lawson, what is your platform, and why are you running against? What are you running for, sir?
I'm running for the 2nd Congressional District to return the 2nd Congressional District to the people of North Florida. What is happening in Washington is broken. Too much gridlock that is going on. People are not working with each other along party lines. And in order to get things done, to strengthen the middle class, to provide for education opportunities for our kids, to create jobs, Al Lawson is the best person for that. I've served in the legislature for 28 years, and I have a history of working. This race is not about Republicans or Democrat, black or white, rich or poor. It's about who can get the job done.
Yes,
and I know I can get the job done.
And you want to work? You want to work across party lines, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. I have a long history of working across party line in the legislature, in the House, and in the Senate. And I think the last couple of governors there, I've always worked with them, and we've been very successful in order to be able to bring people together. What America wants and what American people want, they don't want all of this partisan bickering. They want people who are going to work together for the good of America.
That's a very good point. Now, if people want to know more about your candidacy, how can they get up with you, or how can they get what's your web page?
They can go to www.Lawson for Congress 4, the number 4 for Congress.com.
Okay, Lawson for Congress.
Yeah, the number 4. Right,
okay.
Number 4.
Lawson for Congress.com. Okay, and they can get up with you. All right.
They can get up with me, and I'll be coming back and forth.
Well, we want you to, because we don't see you very much down here in Panama City. But we like to see you down here.
Well, you know, some things are very important to me. I helped bring the Branch FSU campus to community college. For many, many years, I came here as a coach at FSU, at Gulf Coast Community College, to bring a team down here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so, you know, it was very important on the FSU Branch campus where kids down here could get an education without having to come to Tallahassee.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So I know you were in the legislature for a long time. I know that my Bay County Citizens for Liberty, we're passing out the amendments that's coming out, and we are saying that our legislature has kind of kicked it down the road in making us make constitutional amendments, vote for it, which should be statutory laws. They should have done it in the legislature, but yet they didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't agree with what is happening with on the ballot.
Yes.
Because it kind of takes it away from the people for them to make the
Yes.
decision to actually do it.
And I
wasn't in the legislature when that happened.
I know you weren't, but I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just saying that's why we're out letting people know we're passing out about what the constitutional amendments, if you vote yes for them, what they mean.
Right, absolutely.
Because once you put them in the Constitution, they're there.
They're there.
They're like a pregnant pig.
Pregnant pigs, everything else.
Well, Mr. Lawson, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
very much for having me.
I really appreciate it.
All right.
All right, thank you so much. This is James Morris. We'll be right back.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Hey, this is James Morris. I'm here with Brian Rust. He's running for County Commissioner, District 3?
5.
5? I keep wanting to say 3. That's Bill Dozier. Okay.
It doesn't matter, though, because it's a countywide, countywide vote, so it doesn't really matter.
So anyone can vote for you?
Correct, as long as you live in Bay County and you're a registered voter.
Now, you're running against Mike Thompson.
Correct.
Okay. I think I said it. Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas. I'm sorry. Now, why should people vote for you instead of Mike Thomas?
Well, because I actually have a vision and a plan for the future. I'm looking more towards the future with making it easier for businesses to survive, to grow, to actually hire more people and just be a little bit more prosperous. I'm also somebody who believes in a limited government, so I want to take a government a little bit out of, well, more than a little bit, a lot out of the way of not only the businesses, but the people in general.
Now, now there's been a lot of controversy about the special deal that went down on the beach about buying property.
Right.
Now, I don't know much about it, but it seems like certain people got to buy that property at a real good price, and they have the option to buy it back at a better price.
Yeah, that's the Barefoot Palms property, which neighbors the Navy base.
Right.
It's a huge controversial thing, and there's a lot of details with that. And a lot of it's kind of controversial as to whether or not we should have purchased the property or not. I happen to have knowledge that even if we didn't purchase that property, it wouldn't have affected the base's stability here, because of what the base has and what we have in the area, as far as the waters with it emulating the Middle East and everything. So the base is safe even if we didn't purchase that property. But there's a lot of things that we could have done with that property. Number one, a lot of real estate people tell me we could have and should have bought it for a lot less. So there is that issue, and that is up for debate. You know, should we have enough money?
Whoa! It's Friday Fest, folks.
But the big thing that I think disturbs me and a lot of other people, and I've even talked with real estate people on this as to whether or not they've ever heard of this deal. And this is to no fault of the original owner of the property, because he's a businessman here in the area, and like any businessman, you're going to do what you can for your business.
That's right.
But it really came up to Mike Thomas and the other commissioners to say no to this deal. And the deal basically consisted of us buying the property. He has the option after 5 years, if we do not sell it to the government for the base, to buy it back at the rate we bought it, plus our expenses.
Right.
And if he decides that he does not want to purchase it, we have the option then to sell it to a third party. And if we sell it for more than what we originally purchased it, anything above that amount gets a 50-50 profit share with the original developer. Now, the real estate people that I've talked to have said, I have never heard of a deal like this.
That doesn't sound right. I mean,
no.
That sounds like crony capitalism.
It very much so does. And so that's the biggest problem that I have with it, is that sweetheart deal that was made with the original owner. Now, whether we should have or shouldn't have bought the property, I guess that can really be up for debate and interpretation. But the biggest problem that I have is the deal that was approved by Mike Thomas and the rest of the commissioners. And like I said, not putting the fault on the guy who owned the property. I mean, he's a businessman here, and he's just doing business, and it doesn't hurt to ask.
No, it doesn't.
It hurts when the powers that be that had the money say yes.
And we're talking about 1.5 million, is that what it was?
2.9.
Oh, that's right, $2.9 million.
Correct.
And that's money that came out of Bay County's budget.
Correct.
And so we've lost that 2.9, and right now we could probably use that 2.9 million.
Right.
But
and then on top of that, now we are also paying a portion of the construction costs for the North Gate for the Navy base. So in addition to that $2.9 million we had tied up down there, now we're going to have more money tied up in the North Gate. So a lot of wasted money, and that's one of the things that I'm going to help trim back on is wasting our money.
all right. So this is Brian Russ. How can I get up with you, Brian?
You can check me out on my website. It's electbrianruss.com, and all my contact information is there, including my phone number. You can call me and ask me whatever you want to ask me.
All right, this is James Morris. We'll be right back. Thank you. Hey, this is James Morris. I'm here with Mr. Mackie Owens, and he's running for school board superintendent. And Mr. Owens, you told me to say I need to ask you about privatization. What is privatization?
Privatization, that's one big difference between me and my opponent, who's the present superintendent. I'm against privatization. He is for it. He has privatized the food service already, and they have run into a number of problems. I hear every day from parents and students and grandparents about the long lines, the lack of food, kids not getting fed, the quality and the taste of the food, and not to speak of all the problems that this new company has incurred with the food service workers that was originally with Bay District Schools. So I'm adamantly against the privatization. The next thing that he would want to privatize is transportation, and I'm against that also. So I'll be against the privatization throughout.
So if I understand correctly, privatization is where you take a state job, I guess, a government job, and you incorporate it into private business. Is that what's doing, where they come together?
Well, in this case, it's taking what was district employees with Bay District Schools, and now they've turned it over to a private company to run it. And the private company is Chartwell. They're out of Charlotte, North Carolina, local in the U.S., but their parent company is in over in the UK. So the profits that they may make will go out of state. They won't stay here in Bay County.
They're going to go out of the country, not out of state, out of country.
Yeah, it'll be gone.
So you're saying that privatization is not good because, like you said, kids aren't getting fed? They're not being fed correctly? Is that what you're saying is happening?
I'm saying that is correct.
Okay, I want to make sure I understand correctly.
The participation rate for this year, August, compared with last year, is down 20%. And I don't know about September yet, but I look for September to be down too. A lot of the kids are elected now to bring their lunch. And I know for a fact they've lost almost all their adult trade, when meaning your teachers and your support people. They going down there and eating in the cafeteria like they used to. So it's unfortunate too that, in my opinion, that we give them such a free ride. They are able to use our kitchens free, the equipment free. They get water and electricity free at the schools, and they were provided free of charge office space at the district office. And those are
sound like the perfect merger of government and private business.
Well, they're getting the best of all of it.
Yeah, I think Benito Mussolini said it best. When you have the merger of private and government together, it's called fascism.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we got.
I hope not.
I hope not too. Hey, this is James Morris. How can they get up with you, Mackie Owens? What's your website?
My website is www.mackieowens.org, and you can also reference me on Facebook. Just type in on Facebook Mackie Owens, and you can pull my name up, and you'll see what's been written, and you'll see what I'm talking about when you read that about all the write-ins that I'm getting on Facebook in regards to this privatization of food service.
That's pretty interesting, really. I did not know this was a big problem. I'm glad you let us know about it. If you see Mr. Husfeld, tell him he's welcome to come down here and be on as well. And we open the invitation to all. Thank you, Mr. Owens. Thank you so much for being on. We appreciate it. You're very, very welcome.
James Auto Center, we fix it right, guaranteed. Beep, beep.